welcome back to another video of H&H Express model and scale trains.
As mentioned in my overview video, I'm gonna work with a Arduino and I'm gonna show you how a menu structure will work with a remote control, because I would like to control my trains via a remote control and then use an H&H controller to control the speed of the train. You can use a PWM multiport controller for that as well, and then control the pins of forward and reverse by a simple additional input-output bridge. So here we have the Arduino Mega, and it is currently hooked up. I will show you how it is hooked up later. We have an LCD screen. I use a little bit of bigger screen. This is the 1106 if I'm not mistaken. I have a remote control sensor or infrared sensor. I have a PWM controller which is connected via the I2C bus, and I have a separate input-output which I'm not going to use yet. Here is the H&H controller. This H&H controller is currently using the 5V of the Arduino, and then of course I have the remote control. I'm now using a simple remote control, but I can also use a more advanced like this one. It all has numbers, forward and reverse. This is being used for a audio section. But I can also use a camcorder remote control, or this remote control. I can use that one as well. And I can use this remote control. Let me put it sideways so it fits on the screen. And I actually like this one because it has multiple functions. So we can use this one as well. This is a remote control for a media center. But the problem is, how are we gonna read the remote controls? And that is something what I'm gonna show you. So first I'm gonna show you a small video in which it shows the connection for the infrared sensor to the Arduino. So here we have an Arduino and the infrared sensor. First we're gonna connect the ground wire. Then we're gonna connect the 5V. And we are going to connect the signal to pin 12 of the Arduino. I choose pin 12. You can choose whatever you like. On the infrared sensor there is a LED which shows that if you press one on the remote control, that the infrared sensor is detecting a signal. Since we're using an LCD display, I'm going to show you how this one is connected. First, of course, the ground, then the 5V, and this is an I2C display, so we're going to connect the nscale, the clock, and the SDA, the data line of the I2C bus. And this all shows the connection that what we have. So now that we have the LCD display and the infrared sensor connected to the Arduino, we're gonna write a program. But first we're gonna use the remote control, and the remote control has in this case 4 buttons. I need to know which value each button has. So in this program, again we do find the receiver to pin 12. We are using the IR remote header file, which can be downloaded or can be added to the library. We created a value IR receive, that is the infrared detector. We're gonna decode the result what the infrared detector has given us when there is a signal detected. We're gonna set up a serial monitor. We're gonna enable the infrared pin, and then we go into a loop. So we're gonna decode what is received on the receiver, and we're gonna print the hex value for later. And we're gonna wait 0.2 seconds because of a double press that would result in a different key. Then we have the resume, and we will continue in this loop. Well, let me first compile the sketch. And then upload it to the Arduino. So the sketch is compiled. Let me upload it to the Arduino. You should see activity on the Arduino itself that the sketch is uploaded. You see it being uploaded, and the sketch shows the output IR receiver button decode. So I'm gonna press on the on key, and you see it receives the code 40BFA05F. I'm gonna press the off key, it's 40BFB04F. Now I'm gonna hit the plus key, and it shows 40BF50AF, and this is the minus key, and that is 40BF10EF. So these are the keys for this remote control. Instead of working with the remote control values, because these are values, they can be different from everybody. So let's, for example, use this remote control. If I'm gonna press the power on, power off, you see it's a totally different value. So I can use those values. If I'm gonna use this remote control, the on of the power on, it also shows a different value. So every remote control has their own value in their own spectrum. But I'm gonna use this remote control, the outputs in the programs, to show you how I do the menus. So let me now open up the infrared header file for the same values which are on the screen. So I have here, the first one was the key on. So I defined a value called key on, and that will get this message. So later on in another program, I only have to compare it to key on, which is substituted by this number, so it makes it easier for me inside the program. So this is a header file which I'm gonna use. So every remote control can have their own header key. So now that we have the values collected and defined the key corresponding to that one, to that value, we're gonna use that in the sketch of the Arduino program. So the first section is constantly the same. We're gonna include the header file created with the values, and then we're gonna use the switch case function to show what key is pressed. It shows the value on the screen, that is the same value as on the console output, but now we're gonna show as well what key has been detected. So it checks the result Is it key on? So that would be 40BFA05F. Then we're gonna print on the display or on the console, key on is pressed. So let's compile this one. And we're gonna do the same for the other keys as well. So key off, key plus, key minus. So we only added this area to that same program or sketch. Let's wait until it's compiled. So let's upload it to the Arduino. And I'm gonna clear the output of the console. It's being uploaded to the Arduino. So I'm now gonna use the same remote control. And you see, it shows key on is pressed. The plus key is pressed. I would not have known that if I had not assigned that value to that key. So the off key is pressed and the minus key is pressed. So using the header info and values key on, key off, plus and minus, it makes the program easier to read. So I think this is it for this video, because otherwise it's gonna be a too lengthy video and I would like to split it up in several parts. So with what we already accomplished here in detecting a key press on a remote control, the next step is that we're gonna use the remote control and that all the other keys except will only function if, for example, the on key is pressed. And as soon then the plus and minus and the off key will be enabled. As soon when we press the off key, the plus, minus and off key are disabled again and only the on key is enabled. So that will be done in a next video. So thank you for watching. If you would like to see more of these videos, please consider to subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button if you like this video. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below and I will be happy to answer them. Thank you for watching and I will see you in a next video.